This is the second review video for exam 2, where we're going to cover confidence intervals. And for confidence intervals, we have two different distributions that we're going to be using, the Z distribution and the T distribution. And it depends on the information that we have for the problem with what formula and which distribution we're going to be using. So let's say that Dr. Armitage, she's measuring the height of black mangroves along our coastline. She measures 25 of them and gets a sample mean of 1.8 meters. She wants to know what the 95% confidence interval is if the population standard deviation of these trees is 0.25 meters. Now, because we know the population standard deviation, we can use the Z distribution in the following formula. So we can get most of the information that we need for our formula from the word problem itself. This top portion here, this is the formula that you have in your formula sheet. But we can extrapolate it out into a formula that looks like this that helps us remember that we need to both subtract the critical value times the standard error from the mean and add the Z critical value times the standard error to the mean. So first, let's fill in the mean. We know that the mean of our mangrove trees is 1.8 meters. So we can fill this in on both sides of our formula. Again, remember, we're going to need to add and subtract to ensure that we calculate both sides of our confidence interval. We have the population standard deviation of 0.25 meters, so we can put that in for sigma on both sides again. And then we have a sample size of 25 trees, 25 mangroves. So most of our formula is filled in, but we're missing the Z critical value. You could use the Z table and back calculate this using our confidence interval, but if you remember, confidence intervals for the Z distribution have the same critical value, assuming that we keep the same level of confidence. So for a 95% confidence interval, if we remember, the Z critical value is going to be 1.96. If it's 99% confidence interval that we're looking for with the Z distribution, the value is going to be 2.575. Once we're here, we can go ahead and do the math. So we've got our mean, 1.8, we have our critical value, 1.96, we have our standard deviation, 0.25, and we have our sample size, which we're going to need to take the square root of. From here, it's just a matter of doing the math. So we take 0.25 and we divide it by that square root of 25. We're then going to multiply it by our critical value. And then we're going to take 1.8 and first subtract that value. And then we're going to take 1.8 and we're going to add that value. And so for reporting this, our 95% confidence interval equals 1.702, which is less than mu, which is less than 1.8. If you go to where it says CI1-Z distribution answer, you'll see the math here, and you can see that our answer matches what we're expecting. Now, let's take the same information, 25 mangrove trees, Dr. Armitage measures, at the same sample height, 1.8 meters. She's still looking for the 95% confidence interval, but in this instance, she does not have the population standard deviation. She only has the standard deviation from her respective data. So in this particular instance, we have to use the T distribution, or T table, and the formula that has T critical value and S. So again, we can fill in most of the formula without going to the table. We have our mean of 1.8. Again, fill that in both sides of the formula. We have our standard deviation of 0.25. Again, we're going to do that for both sides of the formula. And we have our sample size of 25. The T critical value is not something that we can memorize because it will change, not only based on our level of confidence, but based on our sample size. So to figure out what the t-critical value is, we need to go to the t-table. So if we scroll down, we have our t-table here. First step is figuring out which column we're going to use to find our critical value. Now, if you remember, for the 95% confidence interval, the outside on either side of that range is going to be 2.5%. Putting that into a proportion, that's going to put us in the 0.025 column. Now what we need to do is figure out what our degrees of freedom are. We know that Dr. Armitage sampled 25 trees, so that tells us that we're going to have a degree of freedom of 24. We find where those intersect, and that gives us our critical value of 2.064. So we can put that into our formula. And then it's just a matter of doing the math once again. We have our mean, we have our critical value, we have our standard deviation, and we have the square root of our sample size. We take our standard deviation, we divide it by square root of our sample size, we take our critical value, we multiply that times that quotient, and then we take 1.8 and subtract that value, and we take 1.8. We add that value. And our answer should then be 1.697 is less than mu, which is less than 1.903. If you go to confidence interval 2 t-distribution answer, it walks us through and it gives us that answer.